So this whole entire time, I've been looking at the bottom temperature here thinking that's the intercooler, when it really is the top. The time has come, ladies and gentlemen. Before I install my PRL intercooler and charge pipes, which are sitting in my living room, I need to figure out what my temperatures are currently at with the stock intercooler. So in order to do that, I need to link up the Flashpro to the car. I have the Jailbreak unit right here. So I'm gonna walk you guys through that right now. And then I'm gonna go drive around, give it at least a good 3rd and 4th gear pull, so we see what our temperatures spike up to. And then tomorrow when I install the intercooler, we'll be able to see the difference. Jailbreaking the Type R on the 2020 and 21 models are a little different, so I'm gonna show you how to do it. First, we need to pull this out. Okay. Then we're gonna have some things to unplug right here, your traction control, Honda sensing, that type of stuff. There's one. There we go. Now we need to unplug that gray clip right there. And here is what it looks like now. And you're going to plug that into the jailbreaker. This is what it looks like. It's really small. You can see that's plugged in now, and I can turn on my Wi-Fi hotspot, load up Flashpro, and make sure that you download the most recent version. So I'm going to download this one right here. So now I have the Flashpro connected to my computer, and we can begin the pairing process. In order to get that last light on, just put your car in accessory mode. Press it one more time. There we go. So now you're gonna register your Flashpro. So we just did this tab. Now we go over to Jailbreak, copy VIN, and purchase Jailbreak. And that's automatically gonna open up Hondata's website. Just put in your VIN number and buy it. After you purchase the Jailbreak, you're gonna put your order number in here, and then just click Instant Jailbreak. Jailbreak succeeded. Now we can see down here, it is unlocked. I need to go mail my skunk tube downpipe out. Someone bought it for $200. Pretty good deal, especially when you consider the fact that catless downpipes are becoming extremely hard to find. All right, now let me show you this. I got the Hondata app a few months ago, and I made a video that no one watched with my 9-chin where I downloaded the app and went and tried it out. So you open up the app, start the car, there we go. The car is cold, hasn't warmed up yet. Intake air temperature just sitting here is 86 degrees. IAT 2, that's the intercooler temp, so that's the one that we're gonna be focusing on today the most. Then I have coolant temp, VTEC on and off, so that's actually gonna be really cool to see where VTEC comes on. Air to fuel ratio, boost pressure, gear, and knock control. So I guess this whole video is gonna be an experiment because I've always been curious what temperature the engine coolant has to get to for the RPMs to drop. They stay right around 1100 RPM when the car is cold, right when you turn it on, and then at some point they drop below 1000 RPM. Oh, there we go, 120, 122, and we drop to about 850 RPM. Very interesting, I think. Oh, and also, you don't have to do anything with the app. It automatically knows there's a Hondata like plugged in. So I literally just opened the app and it connected immediately. You guys know who that is. That's Eddie. Eddie's gonna help me record my vlog tonight. We're actually gonna go to a car meet. So the Type R is all warmed up. IAT 2 is the intercooler temps, 114 just sitting here. I don't like that. And the air intake temperatures are 132. It's only 78 degrees outside, which makes me a little nervous because in the summer here in Rockland, California, it gets up to 100 to 110 degrees for, I don't know, like 3 months straight. So it's a very good thing I got the intercooler when I did. Stuff's gonna go flying all over the car. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, my auto rev matching doesn't work. I might need to drive it around more, but I've already driven it for, I don't know, 10-12 minutes. Damn, those bugs that Sergio and I pulverized the other night are not coming off my windshield. So we just gassed up, ready to go. All right, man, I'll follow you.
Hi, brother.
See how long it takes to connect. Oh, only took a couple seconds. So 79 degrees out, says the car. The temperature outside is important when I'm comparing intercooler temps. And I'll probably get done the intercooler install tomorrow around this time, and it's gonna be the same temperature outside. I'm gonna give it 50% throttle first, and I wanna see when VTEC comes on under those conditions. Well, it didn't work. Either that or VTEC did not come on. So the downshift rev matching feature did come back on. What's up?
I'm definitely taking off on this guy.
Vehicle stability controls all the way off. We've been cruising around, and now we've been sitting at this light for almost a minute. And those are all of my specs. The IAT2 is slightly climbing up. I really wish they could make like true cold air intakes for the Type R. Oh, there's a GTR up there. It's probably going to the car meet. I like all the Corvettes, obviously. Ooh, I love that old Porsche right there. Definitely want to check that out. So I'm here in Citrus Heights, California, and my man Joe walks up and he's like, hey, I watch your videos. So I was like, no freaking way. And he has a Jetta GLI that is tuned, making like 300 to the wheel. He's selling it though. So I'm sorry, dude. Did I respond to your DM at least?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You responded. You told me your slam hit you back in like a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know why I probably said that is because I wanted to get my exhaust done before I did any more races.
Yeah.
Just 'cause it's so quiet, dude. Like, I cannot stand how quiet the car. I'm racing a C5 Corvette this weekend because a good opportunity came up, and I wouldn't mind losing by a little bit. I mean, I've won all my races except for that Audi S4, which was tuned.
Oh.
And then Joe's like, yeah, so I already replaced my GLI. I have a C7 Z06 down there, just very casually. You gotta show us this car, man. Where is it?
All right, it's at the end.
And then Joe has the audacity to say, I mean, I don't know if I have anything interesting to say in the vlog.
The C6s and C7s are my favorite.
Frickin' Joe, dude.
Yeah.
This is Joe's Z06.
I don't know. 9 seconds.
So what are the specs on this, Joe?
This thing's stock. It doesn't even have air filters on it, but 650 horse, 650 torque.
It's the LT4?
Yeah.
Okay.
So supercharged.
What's the displacement on that?
It's a 6.2.
6.2, okay.
Yeah.
So this is basically just the Stingray engine, probably with beefier internals and a supercharger.
Yeah.
This is absolutely gorgeous, man. What year is this?
This is 16.
My goodness. There's room in here too.
Yeah.
Joe said he bought this car to force himself to like learn how to drive better. So he says it'd be a long time before he is a good enough driver to handle it, which I totally understand. Actually, I don't even understand because I don't have a 650 horsepower car yet. One day, as soon as I can, you will see Corvettes on my channel. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dude, Joe is really freaking cool, man. He was in the Army for 6 years, and he was actually in the California Highway Patrol, so he was CHP for 9 years, he said. I want to get that guy on for a podcast. Joe, if you're watching this, you're a freaking cool dude, man. Really enjoyed talking to you. Okay, well, I guess I'm not getting back on the highway. I thought I was going to, but still need to do our third gear pull. I hope there's no cops. I'm just gonna do it right now. Let's see, IAT2, wow, okay, the stock intercooler is actually pretty efficient, guys. That stayed right at 75, and my intake air temp is 105. Coolant is pretty good at 174. I don't know what the heck that they did to the Type R for the 2020s and 21s. They must have done more than just open up the front grille for cooling improvements, because first of all, I've noticed that it feels very consistent during the performance comparisons that I've done recently. Never has it felt like after the first or second run, sluggish. It doesn't feel like that. In my battle against Sergio recently, this thing did very well every single run. Like it felt like the last run did just as well as the first run. If my IAT2s right now at 67 degrees outside are 82, then they better be really freaking low with the PRL intercooler and charge pipes. This is just for the record, so if I'm confusing these... Oh, you know what? Oh, wait a second. Okay, hold on, guys. Oh my goodness, I think I messed up. Now I remember. With K-Tuner, IAT2 is the intercooler temp, and just intake air temp is your intake, your cold air intake or stock intake, whatever. But on Hondata, I think it's reversed. So this whole entire time, I've been looking at the bottom temperature here, thinking that's the intercooler, when it really is the top. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm probably confusing you guys right now, but I will definitely make that more clear tomorrow when I install the intercooler. And I mean, that was only one third gear pull, so imagine that really long performance comparison that Sergio and I had, where I may or may not have gotten all the way into 6th gear. I wonder what the intercooler temp was during that. All right, some more updates before I let you guys go. The exhaust finally shipped out yesterday, so today's Wednesday. It's gonna get here on Monday, the 26th. I don't know if I'm gonna have time after work one day next week to do that. That's a big job. I'm gonna have to put this up on ramps and jack stands. So I'm gonna use the Emmett Performance front pipe, and I'll put their street exhaust on first. So it's not gonna be as loud, but it's gonna be an enormous improvement over what this sounds like right now. Finally getting into the juicy mods, guys. This is what you guys have been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for. Intercooler, Hondata. No, I'm not tuned yet, but I can upload John's tune whenever I want, and I will upload that right after my exhaust is on, I promise. Like I said a few videos ago, I just wanted to make sure I had an exhaust on before I did the tune, because it just wouldn't feel right to me making 90 more wheel horsepower but still with the stock exhaust. It doesn't make sense. Maybe it's because I'm a juvenile and I like my cars to be loud and obnoxious, but either way, it's my YouTube channel and this is the way I'm choosing to do things. I really want to get Joe on for a podcast. I really want to start doing podcasts. It's going to go on my second channel, Cam's Hill. That's CAMZHILL. And I'll probably put some like punk rock covers of songs on there too. It'll just be my second channel for a bunch of random stuff. But I definitely want to get John Vega on for a podcast, Josh Arandia from Yosh Tuned, Joe, Eddie, I mean, my friend Christian Michelson, so many people. My friend Grant, I don't know if you guys remember Grant. Grant had that Tangerine Scream Focus ST that I raced with my SI like a year ago. I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but I went to school for a year for audio engineering at Husson University in Bangor, Maine. So I know a thing or two about audio, and I've recorded several of my own EPs and all that type of stuff. There are just so many really in-depth conversations that I want to have, like long, drawn-out conversations. I listen to podcasts all the time. I listen to Joe Rogan. I listen to Ben Shapiro every once in a while, but he's kind of too much for me sometimes. Oh, and also, I submitted my leave request today to fly to Idaho on May 7th and buy that Mustang Cobra and drive it back. So I'll be driving back on Saturday, May 8th. If any of you guys are in Idaho or on the way from Pocatello, Idaho to Rockland, California, let me know and I'll meet up with you and get you in the video. I can't see Vivian. How much you want to bet Vivian's sleeping? It's 9:13 p.m. I bet she's sleeping. You just got done working?
Yeah.
Guys, life as a Starbucks manager, I don't know how Vivian does it. Met this guy named Joe who watches my videos. Came up to me and said, "Hey man, you're Cameron Hill? Like I watch your videos."
Aw.
Yeah, it's so cool.
You're so famous.
I'm not famous, babe. Shut up. You mother. What have you been doing for work?
Building the schedule. My head is pounding. What makes you think your viewers want to see you that way? At that angle.
I think they want to see your face.
I don't think so.
Look at this face. We're gonna get married soon, guys. A few months, a couple months. So yeah. We're gonna be the hills. So we need to go get a house up on the hills.
On my way to work this morning, a rock bounced off my windshield.
Did it crack it?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a look at it, babe.
You said that when I had the Challenger and you didn't do it.
That's because I didn't know how to do car stuff back then. Now I'm a certified mechanic. No, I'm not. No one's buying that right now.
If you put this on your video, I think they're all gonna make fun of you. Because you had like the head thing and everything.
I have humility.
What is that?
I let them make fun of me all the time.
Oh.
I'm okay. Do you have anything you want to say before I let these guys go? And girls. 3% of my viewers are girls.
That's cool. I'm
Send a
glad
message.
you're finally acknowledging them.
I have been acknowledging them.
In your videos, you always say like man and brother, and it's like...
I say hell yeah brother. Hell yeah brother is a figure of speech. It's not like...
Yeah, but you direct your audience you're directed towards like a male audience, in my opinion.
Yeah, 97%, but they're still...
I'm just saying you're more cautious of it now, which I think is really
Yeah, I say ladies and gentlemen. I say that a lot.
I've noticed that.
Yeah. I respect women.
It's about including women, not respecting women, but okay.
It's about inclusion. Okay.
Yeah.
I include you. I don't think any of the ladies are watching this far in, though.
Probably not.
What are you saying?
I don't think half your viewers are watching at this point.
Only like
The
15% watch until the very last
fans.
30 seconds. So if you're part of the 15% of the CamH squad, let me know in the comments.
Cam H squad.
The CamH squad. Okay, do you have anything to say to them, babe? Good night. Good. Thanks for watching. I hope they're doing well. What? Anything?
Work-life balance is important. Good night.
You heard it here. Work-life balance, ladies and gentlemen. Later.